This is the story of a miracle among the stars, where life, death, and hope collide in the vast reaches of space. Commander Jesus had been traveling with his Star Command disciples aboard the Stellar Redeemer, a ship known across galaxies for its missions of peace and restoration. One day, an urgent distress signal reached them. It came from a colony on Nebula 4, a colourful but remote sector of the cosmos. The message was heartbreaking. Lazarus, a beloved leader of the Nebula 4 colony, had succumbed to a mysterious cyber plague. The entire colony was in mourning, their spirits as dark as the black holes surrounding their star system. Upon arrival, the atmosphere was heavy with sorrow. Mary and Martha, Lazarus's sisters, rushed to meet Commander Jesus on the lunar platform. Tears flowed as they explained the hopelessness gripping their community. Lazarus's cryogenic pod had already been sealed, and the colony had begun preparing a memorial starlight display to honor his influence. Commander Jesus stood silently for a moment, his gaze fixed toward the thick, swirling nebula above. "Do not lose faith," he finally said, his voice steady as the gravity holding their station together. Word spread quickly. Crowds gathered on the central observatory as Jesus approached the cryochamber. The sickened Lazarus body lay within, frozen and locked in time. Lights flickered on Captain Jesus' hands as he activated his Galactic translator, a glowing device understood by all species, broadcasting, "I am the resurrection and the life." The disciples exchanged uncertain glances as Commander Jesus recalibrated the chamber's life-sustaining systems. Some whispered among themselves, questioning whether this mission was of technological expertise, divine power, or both. Without hesitation, Jesus pressed his marked palm to the chamber's control matrix. An electric pulse surged outward, filling the air with radiant light. The room trembled. The crowd held its breath. Then, as the light softened, the cryochamber slid open with a resonant hum. To everyone's amazement, Lazarus emerged alive, searching the room with astonished eyes. Gasps of shock and joy echoed through the colony. Commander Jesus stood beside him, placing a hand on the shoulder of the once life-lost leader. "He sleeps no more," affirmed Jesus, his voice cutting through the cacophony of emotions. The vacuum of despair in the colony was replaced with jubilation. Lazarus's sisters embraced him, tears transforming from grief to joy. The community rejoiced, their faith strengthened by the miracle they had just witnessed. Observers from neighbouring colonies soon arrived to hear the story and witness the revival of Lazarus. Rumours of Commander Jesus' unmatched power, authority and compassion began to ripple across star systems. It wasn't just the resurrection that captured the hearts of many. It was the undeniable, unshakable truth that hope can thrive even in the deepest voids of the cosmos. By restoring life to Lazarus amid the vibrant yet desolate stars of Nebula 4, Jesus reminded all that beyond the limits of death and despair lies a boundless future. A future carried on the wings of faith, light, and love. This was more than a miracle. It was a promise that the light of hope would never be extinguished. And so, the legend of Commander Jesus continued to soar through the galaxy, uniting beings of all forms in their shared journey toward the ultimate starlight.